you could win a fabulous prize. The prize is satisfaction and a job well done. Same as all the others. Sorry.
Ooh, I can't feel my face.
How do I...
Bricasso has done it again. The optical suggestions of the negative space bring the distinctive formal juxtapositions of crowbar, watermelon, Friday. Oh, the way one travels through the dog bowl. The artist has created a powerful metaphor for how one can be transported by flavors and magic dog bowls.
What foolish... Hiya!
Fascinating. I didn't realize this was an interactive piece. Truly fascinating. The latter is a particularly apt piece given our current situation, for it is the very thing we need to escape this collapsing building. That didn't sound healthy. Unless it was meant to do that. Art is so diverse these days.
I think this cement stand the man as the king of cameos.
If you're interested, we have a sculpt. I hope you're leaving us feeling enlightened. Was that guy with you? Hey.
Hey, it's me, Agent 13. Think you can help me get these elevators open?
For the sake of Asgard, I must not waver. My powers may be of use in this situation.
The Terrigen mists gave me my powers, but only I can decide when to use them.
That's blown it. Doesn't look like I can ride it like that. Looks like someone's already fried this elevator. Hopefully elevator number 2 won't let me down. Be a doll and open it up for me, would you? Elevator is not worthy. Well, that's not technically a cube, and it's definitely not the cosmic kind I was after. That was bad intel. Very bad intel. How about you take that thing and we just forget this ever happened?
Step right up, whippersnappers, young and old. If you've made it this high, you automatically qualify for entry into the Terrible Tinkerer's Technical Track Trial. What do I get out of all this, I hear you ask? What? Can a guy set up an elaborate assault course hundreds of feet above ground without some ulterior motive?
I am Iron Man. But, you already knew that, right?
I hope you won't be as disappointing as the last test subject. Such agility! Most impressive! Or, so I'm assuming. This is a pre-recorded message set to play after a certain amount of time has passed without failing. The massless field flux should self-limit. Beware the red steps. They have a tendency to disappear. This is all extremely valuable data. Being evil is at least 50% research, you know? The massless field flux should self-limit. What do I get out of all this, I hear you ask? What? Can a guy set up an elaborate assault course hundreds of feet above ground without some ulterior motive? I hope you won't be as disappointing as the last test subject. Beware the red steps. They have a tendency to disappear. Come back anytime you want to challenge the course. I could always use more test data, and there might be other
Are you here for the anger management session?
That big mama really needs to offer security.
I've noticed some criminal activity not far from where you are. You know what to do.
I can't feel my face.
Oh, the humanity!
Are you here for the anger management session? I heard about what happened with A-Bomb. It seems that ever since the dawn of Kang's reign, more and more heroes are struggling to keep their anger in check. Possibly because you cannot spell anger without the last 3 letters of Kang.
Ooh, I can't feel.
Or possibly not. At any rate, if people will benefit from my pacifistic outlook on life, then I am happy to share my experiences. But in order to do this, I will need you to fetch something crucial to my anger management training. Cuddle friend!
You want me to shovel all that snow? That's too much.
I appreciate this. By assuming the role of Cuddle Friend, you will play a vital role in the anger management of A-Bomb and many others.
I flew across the world to get to Kunlun, and now it's raining.
I am Horus, god of the sky.
Sorry to bother you, but yeah, you guessed it. Some crime near you needs fighting.
Cuddle Friend has an incredibly calming effect on people. It always worked wonders on Wanda when she was in one of her moods. So you decided to join us, Cuddle Friend. And I feel calmer already. Not that I wasn't calm before. That barista had every right to finish his phone conversation before serving me my coffee. Anyway, with our lovable mascot back with us, I just have a few more preparations to make, and our anger management session will be in session.
I always thought Kunlun had a city on the mountain. Shame Kang didn't bring that into Chronopolis. Guess he must have had a budget to stick to.
Hey, you didn't think you could be that helpful and not unlock a new Gwenpool mission, did you? Go check out that bad boy.
Why don't you take 5, Cuddle Friend, and I'll call you when we're ready.
At least we still have our health. Oh, come on.
I'll show those guys.
My training never prepared me for this. Probably because it was in software development.
I always thought Kunlun had a city on the mountain. Shame Kang didn't.
Can you believe they're still making video games about losers like the Avengers? They already had their turn. 2, in fact. Though I'm not sure if they're both strictly canon. Either way, when was the last time you saw a game with a duck on the cover? The industry needs to change, starting with my new game, codename Project Egg. Sadly, my Quackstarter campaign fell through, so I'm gonna need to find the funds for this thing some other way. Think you could help me find a wealthy entrepreneur that I can hit up for the dough?
There was some.
You won't regret it, kid. See what you can find out from the folks around here. There's gotta be at least one money bags in this joint.
The thing they don't warn you about when working at the bank is the folks who keep you working late drying off waterlogged treasure. How'd it get so wet? And why was there so much of it? Whoever it belonged to must be rich.
To be honest, I was expecting bigger things from Quackstarter after all the hype. Barely hit 5% of my goal. Kids these days don't know what they want.
I really want. That old prospector over in the Old West said he pulled a big hole of something out of the water the other day. Didn't say what it was, but he was winking so hard I thought he was going to hurt himself. And he was soaking wet. What a strange fellow.
Find out anything about our wealthy friend?
Apparently there's some kind of exhibition happening up in that ruined building. Man, I do not get that fancy...
You know Howard the Duck? I got something I was hoping you could pass on to him. A big slap upside the head. That feathered crook stole my sandwich.
I just want to go home already.
You seen that superhero supply store? Lady who runs it always seems to be in some sort of trouble. Yesterday.
ATM refused my card the other day. Apparently because my bank doesn't exist in this universe anymore. So now I'm pretty much living on a diet of bits of old shoe, which is surprisingly good if you leave it to soak in rainwater for a while.
I'd been saving up for months to buy my dream car. But since everywhere I needed to drive to no longer exists, I don't need it anymore. So I did the logical thing and burned all my money.
So what do you got for me?
You seen that superhero supply store? Lady who runs it always seems to be in some sort of trouble. Yesterday she was purple.
Could be something there. If we can confirm it wasn't just an old booty dug up.
Turns out.
Promising. If we knew who cashed in that loot, we could definitely hit them up. So putting what you've told me through the old Detective Mellon, we can deduce that the old prospector over in the Old West recently came into some serious cheddar. This is perfect. The only thing now is to figure out how to convince an old-timey prospector to invest in a Talking Ducks video game. But that won't be the weirdest thing I do all week by any stretch. Thanks for the help, kid. Oh, and if you run into Forbush, man, could you tell him the funds are in the bag? Last I heard, the poor guy was looking into making money through social media marketing.
Turns out the Cave of Dragons did have an actual dragon inside. Somebody owes me a blue stud.
Precious every moment is. Oh, a free snack bar for sitting through a 3-hour seminar? Don't mind if I do.
location. Can you go take a look?
Turns out the Cave of Dragons did have an actual dragon inside. Somebody
Saw a monkey fighting a bunch of snowmen earlier? Maybe I've been up here too.
About time somebody stood up to that king.
Okay. Visit, live, destroy. Noir, Nueva York, Hydra Empire. Go!
Keep up the good work, hero. I mean, I don't really follow the news, but I'm assuming it's good.
I'm telling you, search Heroes Wrestle Scorpion.
I don't feel bad.
I have an urgent request from Madam Hydra.
Or President Solar. I can't decide which one I am I saying it's President Solar?
You've got bad guys causing trouble nearby. Ugh, they make me so mad.
Turns out the Cave of Dragons did have an actual dragon inside.